back, Green Arrow. Since my wildcard sees me half my rank down to 375k, and I've got 5 free transfers waiting for me going into FPL Gameweek 17. Help me get this one to 1,000 likes and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Starting off with how my game week 16 went then, I finished on 81 points, so got to be pleased with that, even though the bench boost failed. The less we say about the bench boost, the better. But the main squad did pretty well. We got the clean sheet from O'Reilly, but the double clean sheet wipeout for Arsenal at over 90-minute mark was not great. Into the attack, Saka, Foden and Fernandes all got double-digit hauls. I think that's the second week running. There was blanks from Anderson though, and Bruno Guimaraes with a 1-pointer. He's picked up his 4th yellow card of the season now, and one more would see him suspended. It was frustrating to see Anderson blank in a 3-0 win for Nottingham Forest. Thiago blanked as well in what was seemingly an easy fixture. Haaland with 13 points. Thank goodness Saka got credited those 2 assists, else going Saka captain over Haaland could really have looked quite a foolish decision in the end. But yeah, 81 points, the game week rank of 1 million sees me rise up to 375k. The form versus fixture charts make really interesting reading then, going into game week 17. Starting off with the form chart, and one team way out in front is Man City. If you're not tripled up on them, why not? Aston Villa and Manchester United are in joint second, quite a way back from City by the way. And then next we see Fulham and Liverpool, with Leeds and Newcastle also in the mix. At the opposite end of the table, it's grim reading for the likes of Wolves, West Ham, Burnley and Brentford, who, you know, were a team we were pretty bullish on a few weeks ago, and they've really struggled for goals in recent games. If we have a look at the fixture charts, this is taken from Fantasy Football Hub, filtered by attack over the next 4 game weeks. Top of the chart is Brighton, Sunderland at home and Burnley at home among their next 4 fixtures is appealing. Manchester United have got Newcastle at home, Wolves at home and Leeds away in their next 4. Liverpool and Man City are up there as well, and that is quite important. At the opposite end of the table, we've got Aston Villa at the bottom. They've got form, they haven't got the fixtures though. Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. Forest themselves down there, they also see City in their immediate schedule. And Chelsea as well, with Newcastle, Aston Villa, Bournemouth and Man City in the next few game weeks. If we put all of that together, pitting the form and the fixtures, this is how things look. Manchester City out in front by some margin. I already said it, but I'll say it again, you need to be tripled up on their assets. In second place, it's Manchester United, quite a way away from Liverpool in third place, with Aston Villa, Fulham, Newcastle, Leeds all quite tightly packed behind. That gets us thinking, should we be doubled up on the Manchester United attack? I don't think you can invest in a defence right now, but that attack does look pretty good. At the opposite end of the table, West Ham, Wolves, Burnley, Chelsea and Nottingham Forest getting pulled into it somewhat as well. If you're owning assets from those sides, now looks like a time to sell. You could say the same for Crystal Palace. Brentford probably get another week with Wolves away. Let's have a look then at my transfer plans going into game week 17. And I've got a clean bill of health as things stand. 5 free transfers, and I'm reluctant to burn a transfer. So I am toying with a couple of ideas. Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle, he is now 1 yellow card off a suspension. Chelsea at home as well, not the greatest fixture this week. Do I go bullish on Manchester United and double up on the attack? I could get Cunha in for Bruno G with 1 transfer instead of burning it. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist in 3 fixtures since returning to the squad from injury. That's pretty positive from him. He's actually top for shots over the last 4 game weeks as well, with 19 shots. Over the last 3 game weeks, top for shots in the box with 13 as well. So he has underperformed somewhat, so that's quite promising. The only thing that puts me off is that Manchester United now have Ahmad and Mbermo off to AFCON. Casemiro is suspended for the game against Aston Villa away, so I'm not sure whether this week is the entry point. So that's one move that I'm weighing up. Another move that I'm weighing up, well, I feel like the next week well, probably the weakest link in my squad right now in terms of output is Elliot Anderson at Nottingham Forest. I bought him on my wild card 2 game weeks ago. I've got a 4-pointer with DEFCON against Everton and a 3-pointer with a clean sheet point against Spurs. It's a little bit underwhelming. Fulham away this week. I could move to a player in the same fixture, which would be Fulham's Harry Wilson, who has been in fine form in recent game weeks. He's had 3 goals and 4 assists, which is, you know, phenomenal numbers, really. In terms of goal involvements, he's topping this time. The only thing that puts me off, he's only had 6 shots and 6 key passes in this time. So he has certainly overperformed to date. So whether it's sustainable, I don't know. The only other player I'd like to buy is Ekitike. But it does feel like a minute's risk. I can't get to him easily, but back-to-back braces. Spurs away, probably not the entry point, but game week 18, Wolves at home, Leeds at home, that could be a nice entry point for him, especially if Thiago disappoints against Wolves away. So there's a few moving parts here. Still don't really know how I'd get to Ekitike. I could also go Dallo in at some point as well, particularly once that Villa game is out the way for Manchester United. Feels like a week where I probably don't need to rush a transfer. But with 5 frees, if I don't use one, I lose it. So, you know, Cunha is on my mind in for Bruno Guimaraes. Anderson is on my mind in for Wilson. But I'm going to leave it fluid for now. Now, I did ask Fantasy Football Hub for my recommended transfers for game week 17. And interestingly, it did say that I should burn the transfer and not make a move this week. So my team is pretty much close to optimal as things stand. You can get your recommended transfers and play about with this and get the fixture analyzer as a Fantasy Football Hub member. And I've got a fantastic offer on at the moment where if you don't get a green arrow over this festive period, then you will get your subscription for free for next season. So if you're interested in getting signed up to Fantasy Football Hub, click the link in the description to this video. Team selection then, if I do end up burning that transfer, and it's that double Arsenal defence away at Everton. I've got really high hopes of clean sheets across the back line with O'Reilly playing West Ham at home and Richards away at Leeds. Moving into the midfield, well, I've got my 4 men, Saka, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, all delivering big in recent games. Then we've got Bruno Guimaraes and Anderson, who are in at the moment but could well become a Cunha or a Wilson once I've decided what transfer I need to make. Thiago's going to get another game against Wolves away, and then we've got Erling Haaland for West Ham at home. West Ham, one of the most poor defences in the Premier League this season. You kind of got to back Haaland for the armband. There are other options though. Thiago has to be in our thoughts. I think you could also consider Phil Foden as a captaincy option. Probably the best alternative to Haaland. We've got to remember that Haaland's output in recent games, we've had 2-14, 2-13. Foden in the same period has had 15, 17, 12, 11, 4 consecutive double-digit hauls. So it is on. Let's see what minutes we see midweek before locking in. But this is where I'm at as things stand. Let me know your dilemmas then going into the game week 17 deadline. If you've enjoyed this one, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. And remember, Fantasy Football Hub, if you don't get a green arrow over Christmas, then you will get your 2026-27 subscription for free. Link in the description. Thank you for watching.